As you guys know, recently I've been having a lot of fun with elevators. Of course, we built Grian's elevator, the multi-floor elevator, just recently, but I was messing around in my Redstone testing while the other day, and I came up with a concept that may be totally ridiculous. Okay, it could be totally stupid, but from this just very simple build that I've created here, I think it should work. So let's give it a go. Now the concept is a fairly simple one. I'm just not 100% certain on the execution. What I want to do is I want to create an elevator that you can hide away. So this is a system that doesn't have to be visible in your room, but then when you press a button or flick a lever, the elevator pops out, it shoots you up out of the room, and then it hides itself away again so that you don't have to have it be there as part of your build. So, just like pretty much all of my elevators, it starts off with one of these little fellas, the block swapper. I love this thing. Except that is obviously not going to work because we need swappers here. So, for the time being, I'm actually going to get rid of that. We're not going to be worrying about that for the time being. And instead, so the block swappers are going to have to go, I guess, here? Yeah, so we need 3 pistons down there, and then that's where our stairs are going to be going. Things are looking interesting so far, to say the least. So these pistons are going to be pushing all of those blocks out the way. That will put the stairs in place so that we can actually dispense the water for our elevator. We then have these sticky pistons here, which are going to be pushing the glass blocks across so that we actually have a chamber for our elevator so the water doesn't just flood out into the rest of the room. Then up at the top here, these are the pistons that are going to be pushing the blocks back down. Then we need some form of flush trapdoor, or like upside down trapdoor, I guess you could say, in the ceiling, which is going to allow us to travel up through the ceiling. So that's going to be going around about here, and we need to work out some way to power that thing. And then we also need, well, I guess we're probably going to need some dispensers. Here, and we're going to need some way to get water to be there. I don't know what to say about that one. Oh, I guess the answer's pretty obvious. We actually fill up these slabs with water, so then they flow across like this, creating an infinite water source. Okay, that's easy. We don't actually have to do any redstone. It's probably the easiest part of the circuitry. Right, so now that that panic's over, let's give these piston extenders a go. So that is one half. There are our stairs, and there are all of our glass blocks. That's looking lovely. And then if we hit this button up at the top here, I'm guessing we can just press it on this one. They've all gradually made their way down, and that has reset the entire thing. Perfect, that's exactly what we wanted. Now, when it comes to the water dispensers, I thought those were going to be really easy, but of course we've got pistons next to a lot of the dispensers, which means that we can't power them using like repeaters running into the dispensers. So instead, we've actually had to create a system that looks a little bit like this. We've got some observers, we've got some blocks, and then we have this little circuit which updates all of our observers at once, which means that now, as you just heard, all of the dispensers fire, I think, in unison. Some of them are out of time. I don't really know why that is, but it should be okay. Now, the next circuit that we need to wire up is this one, the little flush piston extender that we have going on here. Now, obviously, powering these pistons, walk in the park. That's easy. Powering this piston is going to be difficult. However, I wonder if we could use an observer. I feel like using an observer is probably the way to go here. Yeah, so having some form of pulse extender on this back piston and then having an observer with just a regular pulse in it should mean that the block will be spat out as it gets pushed across, but then the block will also be retracted before the piston gets retracted, if that made any sense whatsoever. So that is the closing, and there is the opening. Fantastic. Okay, so that works. In theory, we shouldn't have any issues here. So now that we have all of the individual circuits wired up, it's time to actually start connecting them. So the first thing that I've done is I have created this system right here, and I mean, I have to admit, it is very nicely timed, and it is incredibly satisfying. I always love these kind of floor shifter Look at that! Like, it's so crazy how quick that thing is. So those pop up, and then we flick the lever, and boom, everything disappears and is put away. Okay, so that is an extremely good start. The only thing that has me slightly concerned is the dispensers, because of course we need to dispense the water into those stairs afterwards, but then we need to retract the water from the stairs before everything gets pushed away, and things get pushed away very quickly here. Using water inside redstone builds is incredibly scary, and this build has a lot of water on the inside of it, so I think I'm gonna make a backup real quick. And activate. We have water and we have bubbles going to the top. Now, how fast does the water disappear? Oh no! Okay, I think we can do something about that. So the water in the middle doesn't get removed, but due to the way that I've placed in the dispensers, unintentionally, I have allowed myself to actually create a kind of piston firing mechanism that will clear away all of that water. So let's see. If we flick this lever, so there is our water once again. And I think we have bubbles going up to the top, although it doesn't really look like it. Okay, that bucket's empty, and that bucket's empty as well. So we have got, yeah, we have got water going right the way up to the top. And then if we flick the lever again, yes. Okay, so those pistons extend and retract. They clear out all of the water from the system, and they stop it from flooding everywhere. And that gets rid of everything. So then we would do this, and that would clear away all those blocks. So this is what we can expect to happen. This happens, then this happens, and we get the elevator, and then these go away, and then these go back down. Okay, now we just need to sort out the opening and closing trapdoor, this circuit, and all of the stuff above. Yeah, we're still not on the home straight just yet, but we are getting there. So as you can see, we've got water that has been dispensed out of these dispensers. That water then gets retracted, and then the block gets pushed down, covering everything up, and then our block gets moved out of the way, and then we get the water. So that is going to be the basis for the top half of our elevator. A backup has been made because this could potentially make a mess. Oh, oh yeah, I'm happy we made that backup. Let's give it a go with slightly more delay. Oh, so that... we might have actually gotten lucky there, because if we take a look, so we need to wait for this pulse extender to go through, but if we take a look, okay, actually that's perfectly timed. So if we place in the redstone, that will do that. Now if we flick this lever, we should see that everything moves, that everything goes down, and then it should all pop out. Yes! It does, and that is absolutely spot on. Dude, this is coming together. So if we flick this lever here, look, you can see that now we also have this top section working. So if we grab ourselves, so we just need water in this slab, and then water in that slab, and that should then connect up. So if we were on the inside of that, I think it would be working. Really? Can you really see the water? That makes no sense. Why would you be able to see the water? No! So it's... But that makes no sense! You shouldn't be able to see that water! That water should not be visible. And also, oh, thankfully, our system's so fast that the water doesn't flow out into any of the redstone. But I mean, it works. That's it. think that's it. Apart from the block swapper at the bottom, we're pretty much done. Look at this, how close this is to spreading out. Look. So if we watch these pistons here, so the extension is fine, but watch the retraction, look. Oh. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to flush away any redstone, which is quite nice. Right, I guess it is time for the final tests. So I have built up the block swapper, I've connected up a lever into this thing. Oh, wow, everything happened so fast. And things have broken. What on earth? Where is that one getting? Yeah. Ah, okay, so we need to slow this down by 1 tick. Okay. Ah, I've just realized it has nothing to do with the redstone ticks. That's creating an infinite loop. Okay, right. Let's restore from the backup again. I have my fingers very crossed. Whoa. 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 Okay, we need to slow these down again. This is the one, I can feel it. I can feel it. Nothing broke. That is so cool. So if we stand in here. That is the best thing ever. And then we can flick this lever and everything folds away. Now, obviously, if you were to build this for yourselves, you would do it on some form of pulse extender, so you wouldn't actually have a lever. You know what? I'm going to do that now. Why not? So as I say, if you were to build this for yourself, you would have something like this. Pulse extender, button. You just walk up to it, you hit the button, and that will activate everything around you. So off we pop, and we make our way up to the top there. And then the pulse extender would gradually run out and the entire system would pack itself away automatically, so you wouldn't have to flick the lever down at the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, I would say, apart from this slight graphical glitch, which is a graphical glitch, there's nothing I can do about a graphical glitch. I'm sure Mojang will fix it at some point because this shouldn't look like this. But other than that, this has worked perfectly. This has worked absolutely perfectly, and it's so cool. So of course, I leave the challenge to you to compact this down, make it actually small and buildable in a survival redstone world, or a survival world in your base, because I would love one of these on the Hermitcraft server. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please sure to that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.